Yeah, so good news is we don't have leaky fitting. So the guy that was posting on Facebook, I told him I'd figure out how these work. It's just hand tighten. He probably tightened down too much. All right, next machine. So 2000, yeah.
All right, man, have a good one.
So this one, you can add a foam cannon because it has this fitting here. Ooh, and it's got a fancy little holster, and it's got the reverse type of quick disconnect on the end. So this one has a detachable wand, so you could very easily add a foam cannon. 1800. 18 hundo.
13.7 on the
And it's drawing 13.7 amps. It what's this rated at? 2000 psi.
1.4.
Rated at 1.4 GPM. So it did 1800. 3, 2, 1, go. See, these nozzles never have a reading on them. Well, this one does. It's usually not right. Yeah, it's not a, doesn't tell you what the actual number is. Normally it'll say like 040, that's a 2538115. So that means it's probably a 1.15 size orifice. 2, 1, stop. These all sound like the same pump. Just configured differently depending on the gun, on the nozzle. There's not a lot of water there. Yeah, 12.0. So you can see what's happening. The flow goes down 1.16 GPM at 1800 psi. So they just jack the pressure and you lose flow when you do that. So we're able to adjust all these back to the same pressure by changing out the gun. 68.5. What's the squeak? What's the squeak's SPL? Okay, let's swap it. Put our same 3.5 nozzle. See what happens. Well, the good news is spec-wise, I mean, they're good enough that someone can buy them from me to get them out of my sight. But they're not, we're definitely getting different readings than we get with the AR stuff, even though it's made by AR. Nope, that's 900. Yep, 1,000, like 1,025 with a 3.0. That means the flow on this one isn't going to be as good as the others. 14.6. So this is what happens with the bigger machines. They're dialed to more pressure.
1.47.
1.47 GPM. So we get a little more pressure out of it, but we get less flow. And
1.0 amp.
And it's drawing 10 amps. So the machine's not working as hard, it seems. But if we open these up, they're all the same thing. It's all the same internals with maybe a slightly configured change to parts of the pump head, but generally not even that. Idiots. Why does every dumb old man pull in here? Good foam, 1.1 millimeter orifice, 11 amps. So you could go even smaller if they made a smaller orifice. Yeah, these fittings are actually working much better than those crappy ones. I can do it by hand, and this is a much more stout connection. So we're definitely going to be adding these as a package option to each one. Just can't be dumb about it. You gotta torque it in on. You gotta use your head. Each of these goes there. Put one on there. So this one's rated at 2150. And these are all kind of a moot point. They're all pretty much the same thing. So you kind of buy whichever one you get on sale the most. I think that's what happens. I'm sure they try to convince retailers to carry every one of them. This is the old retail adage model of let's just create something for everybody and have one. Did you plug it in? No. It's like 1775. I'm just making up that number, but something like that.
Lanes 1.4.
I'm definitely getting sunburned. Wrong street, old man. Keep going. Our parking lot is a dead end. Trust your GPS, people, and go up to the next block. Or better yet, stop trying to make a shortcut. See how happy I am? I'm not even throwing these things around. Oh wait, I threw the little foam can at the beginnings, but that was a happy throw.
14.1 amps.
Ooh. 14.1 amps, 12.0. Same old, same old.
2.16.
All in the name of pseudoscience. Fuzzy science. Let's go 3.0. I got a hunch. $1,025, 3.0. $14.8, 9, 8, 8, 14.8, 9, 8, 14.8. Always round down on these junk ones.
1.5.
1.5 GPM. Let's get our SPL. 67. Foam cannon, it's the same as the other one, so it's gonna be good. I feel like we're a little more neat and organized this time. Before I was just throwing them around. Okay. This is the AR2N1. This is the one that Griots uses in their infinite wisdom. Let's see, what the heck is this all about? Well, that's bad news. I guess it stays loose like that. All right, so we got separate power cord wrap on top here. We do have the ability to add a foam cannon, but still a kind of a shorter, cheaper version of the gun. This is rated at 2050. I found that this was the worst machine out of all of them. All right.
175.99.
So we need a note somewhere that we can't add our own garden hose adapter to this one.
Yeah.
But we can do a foam cannon. and it, it will accept a garden hose plug, but the adapter is integrated. This crappy plastic thing that's pretty much guaranteed to leak. Something doesn't seem right here. I guess that's just the way it goes. That's a terrible design. And of course it's backwards from the others. All right. Yeah, but I remember this version of the pressure washer tested worse than any of them. And it's a real wonky design. So you don't want this one if you have the choice. If someone gives it to you for free or something. This has really hurt my love of my two of my favorite companies, which is Adams and Griots, when they choose these things and they're imparting this garbage on people. Just saddens me, because I love those companies, both of them. Makes me wonder what effort goes into the detailing stuff. So hopefully they put all their resources into that, and this is just an add-on for people. But I like that Adams, at least those guys at least watch, so they knew to at least add some quick disconnects and things to theirs. Their private labeled version. They don't even have a 40 degree. They only have a 15 and a 25. An 1800 PSI with a 25 degree, I guess that doesn't matter. So this sounds the same as all the others, it's just turned horizontally. Cool thing about this, you could take it off the cart and mount it to like a shelf or something if you wanted to, but it's just not a good option. That garden hose fitting is pretty much guaranteed to break and doesn't look like you could replace it. 13.4 amps, 11.9. Like I said, less output than any of them. 1.15 GPM, 68. I'm gonna do the Sunjoe tomorrow because I want to do some more testing to that. And by tomorrow, I mean probably 3 weeks from now. Gosh, these hoses are really bad. You don't want to mess with this hose if you can help it. Yep, 1000, 3.0. A whole lot more water. 14.4. Yeah, I mean, that's the worst tested machine.
1.45.
Yeah. The soap is awesome. What do you got? 11.3, so we're good. So we almost need a smaller orifice, but that foam is good. What's so great about Adams is, look, there's no like residue even in the sunlight left over on the side of the building. All right, so that's a wrap on Stanley Black & Decker made by AR. They're clearly the same as ARs. We're getting a little bit different specifications. It's possible the motors are configured differently. I suspect a lot of the delta, or a lot of the differences between these is just intolerance or low tolerances, or a low appetite for tolerance on these Chinese machines. So, my recommendation in this line, shoot, I don't know, none of them if you have the choice. Definitely not this one. It'd probably be the 1900. But again, I'm going to recommend that you go to Karcher. The Karchers are better. They're the only ones that, from what I can tell, are, bespoke. I mean, these share pretty much, the motors in these look just like the motors in the Sunjoes. And, all these machines, I think everybody who buys one of these knows what they're getting into. I mean, they're engineered to fail. They're engineered so that you go back to Home Depot and buy a new one, or Sears, or wherever you get the thing. So I'll have a spreadsheet up probably in the next month or two on obsessgarage.com. All these packages of this stuff will also be available, and by the time you see this video, I should have these up for sale. I'm going to sell them as a kit. So I'm going to sell just my demo models here that we use this one time in the box with all the accessories that you'll need with the Mosmatic gun and everything. We call it the ultimate package. So anyway, thanks for watching this pressure washing project, this part of the series, the Stanley stuff. There's a few more that I want to buy and test, and theoretically that spreadsheet will be a spreadsheet that will stay updated as needed when new machines come out. But I'm not going to test every one on the planet, but I think we have a good subset of ones that we've studied. So thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. Stay tuned for likely a vacuum, for a car vacuum type test coming up here in 2020. Thanks for watching.